Hi, everyone. For those who are already here with us, my name is Victor Scotty, and I'm the site lead for Nashville. So I'm the one who is the Googler who has been coordinating this whole experience. I'm just going to wait a little bit for more people to kind of hop on because I know we're right at time. So if you see me not talking, I'm just waiting for more of us to join. So we're going to wait a few minutes. And also, just so I know that you all are actually hearing me, if just a couple people could type in the chat box, yes, I hear you, so then I can see that, that would be great. I want to say groovy, but just gonna wait 2 more minutes. Okay, I think that we can get started now. So, for those who didn't hear my intro in the beginning, my name is Victor. I am a Googler, and I am a program manager for the Computer Science Summer Institute, specifically for HBCUs, which you all will be attending in the fall. And I'm really, really excited to be here speaking with all of you all, although it's a little weird because I can't get any feedback. So definitely use that chat filter. So I'm going to actually go through the welcome packet. And then if you have any questions, I'll be answering them at the end. So I'll kind of scroll up and start answering. But if you have any questions while I'm speaking, please feel free to type them there. And then I'll try to get to as many as possible. And then if I happen not to get to your question, definitely feel free to email me. And then, because I want to make sure that we're all set, especially for the parents on the call, I want to make sure that you feel comfortable. That's why I wanted to do this YouTube live. Like we are real people. We will take really good care of your students for this 3-week program in the summer. So just a little bit more about myself. I am from Chicago. I did not attend the HBCU. I went to the University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia, but I have a lot of friends who have had a wonderful experience at HBCUs. And I have colleagues here at Google who've attended HBCUs. So I'm so excited for you all, and really can't wait to get to know everyone and kind of hear what you're most excited about, and also a little bit about what you're nervous about too, and we can talk about that. I've been at Google for 5 years. Actually, so this is like being at Google was actually right what I did out of college. So that's really cool. I also interned twice at Google while I was in school, not on the technical side. So I did the diversity team. I also did the K-12 education team. And then I've been in human resources throughout my time as a full-time Googler. And so I'm really excited to be in this role and really excited to work with you all this summer. So just a little bit more about the team that will be with us for the 3 weeks. So there are 4 instructors, Rachel, Josh, Caitlin, and Marshall. And then there are also 2 RAs, but also TAs. So you'll be split into a couple of different classrooms, and you will have a TA in there. So one's name is Lee, the other's name is Rami, and they'll be there to help with different things. They're really there to aid the instructor, much like you'll see when you get in your classes in college. And then even after class, like they'll hold office hours, and they'll just be a resource for you all during that program. So we try to model, what you'll be seeing when you go to your institutions in the fall. And so that's really, what they're there for. There's also a co-site lead. So my colleague, Chris, he'll be there with us, and Chris is really cool. You all really love him. And then also Celeste. She's another one of my colleagues who actually works on a similar program once you actually get on your campuses. So you'll hear a lot about what she does, and you'll get a chance to meet her too as well a little later in the program. And so looking at the welcome packet, so this is the same packet, that I sent out in the 2 emails. So want to make sure you all have received that, and want to make sure that we're crystal clear on these rules and regulations. Like, we're here to learn, we're here to have a great time, but there are certain things that we all, must agree upon, before we even step foot on campus. So want to go through that now. Also just want to make clear that we will be on the campus of Fisk University. So I know that some of you all will be attending Fisk in the fall. So that's really cool. So we'll be engaging, we'll be staying in their dorm facilities. Actually, Lee and Rami are Fisk alum. So that's dope. So they'll be able to, show us around and really host us. I've been in constant communication with the team at Fisk, from the tech team to the dorm staff. So we're all set there. And I know that Fisk is a beautiful campus, and it's fairly small too, which will be good for all of us staying connected. So to go through some of the things I want to make sure that we're all understanding, just want to start by saying that this is really a great opportunity. I'm really proud to work at Google and to work on this work in particular. I think it's really important for us to, to use the resources that we have as Google to really mobilize students like yourselves and really encourage you all to major in computer science, to have great experiences, and most importantly, to see yourselves in this work, right? Like, we all know that Black technologists exist. That's why I have my BGN shirt, which is the Black Googler Network. So that's a group that I'm very active in, and you'll actually meet some members of the BGN during the program as well. So just want to ground us in the fact that this is a great opportunity, and we're really excited, and you all should be really excited as well. But with that opportunity, comes a lot of responsibility. So first and foremost, you'll be responsible for coming to class on time every day. So Rami and Lee will be there to guide you all through this, but similar to when you get to school, this is just a responsibility that you have. If there's a specific reason why you cannot be in class, or if something is happening, please reach out to me. So my email is there. Also, my phone number is there. You feel free to text me or call me, let me know what's going on so we know how to best proceed. But if there's no, rationale for why you're missing class, or you're just not feeling it, that's a serious conversation that we're going to have. So want to start by saying that is the first and foremost responsibility, because we are here to learn some really cool things about computer science. And also remember that, you are representing Google. During your events, you're also representing FISC, even for those who aren't going to FISC, no matter where we are. So we'll also have some, fun field trips. We'll be doing a couple of different things, both in the city of Nashville and on campus directly. But most importantly, you're representing yourselves. And I know for the parents on the call too, I know that they instilled that in you as well. So just always be cognizant of how you're being represented and how you're conducting yourself during the program. And if you have any questions about anything, I'm always here to answer those. I must say this, but please remember that if you're caught breaking the law during the program, you will be sent home immediately and will have to contact the proper legal authorities. So this includes, but is not limited to, the purchase and consumption of alcohol and the use of illegal drugs. So I feel like that's very straightforward. I read that exactly from the welcome packet because I want to be crystal clear that will not be tolerated. Just to note that, like, in terms of food, of course, we'll be providing food. So you'll be walking to the dining hall every morning with your RAs. You'll also, like, lunch will be provided and dinner. So don't worry about meals. We will have fairly early days. So just know that you'll be meeting in the lobby by 7:45 a.m. So whatever you have to do, to get ready and to be ready by that time, that's what time we need to be able to mobilize and move to go to breakfast and then to be in class. So whatever your regimen is, you can start thinking about that now, how you gonna make it by that time. And so during the duration of the program, we'll be using the university's computer labs. And so just please treat the computers in the lab as if they were your own, right? So we'll be using those computers. They've been preloaded with the software that we need. So we're all ready to go. Let's just not be destructive. Also, in terms of cell phones, I know we love social media, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, whatever it is. And you all have me cracking up on the Google community, posting Instagram names and all that stuff. And all that is great. But during class, we will not, like, cell phones are not permitted for use. If we have to, I will walk around with a box and I'll collect cell phones. So we want you to be 100% focused on what's going on in class. There'll be plenty of time after class, or if something pertains to using your phone, that you'll be able to use that. So don't worry, there'll be plenty of time to do it, but do know that in class, you'll be 100% focused on what's going on. And what's going on will also be fun. So we'll make sure, So we'll make sure that you're engaged, as long as you're working with us. Another important point to mention, over the next 3 weeks, you will be working in teams. So at Google, we really believe in and value teamwork. And that's something that, especially as you go on to major in computer science and then speaking into existence that you come to Google, that is something that we really value. So that is what we're modeling in this program. So just come in with an open mind. You won't always be working with the same folks. The goal is to really build community and to help one another. So just know that that is an expectation, and we hope that you agree with that. And we also hope that you'll be able to have fun with it as well. As I mentioned earlier, there definitely will be non-scheduled time, during the day. Like, it's 3 weeks. We're not going to be coding 24 hours a day every day. So there'll be plenty of time for you to get to know one another, for you to hang out. We will have check-in and check-out processes. So you will have the opportunity to go off campus. Like, you all are about to go to college. We're not keeping you on the campus of Fisk University. But when we get there and when we do kind of our intro and welcome, we'll go over what those check-in and check-out times and policies are. But please know that those will be in effect, and they will be strict, and your RAs will really be leading that. And if I have to get involved, then I will. But please know that that is important for us, because we want to make sure to hang out and explore. But please remember, because we live in a crazy world, to be safe. And I'll talk so much more about this when we actually come together in Nashville. The other thing is, we'll be creating a team drive so we can share all the photos that you all will take during CSSI. Please remember that you will not be taking photos or using your phone during class, but in times outside of that, please do so then we can compile them all and share them out with everybody. And the other thing I will say is please make sure that you get enough sleep while you're there. I know it's exciting. I know we'll be doing a ton of different things, but we want you to be attentive in class. So want to make sure that you're actually well rested and that you're eating to do that. And we'll all be there to support that in whatever way we have to. But please come in knowing that, in addition to being social and everything, we do want you to be able to get a good night's rest. So those are the specific rules and policies of the program, but also want to go through also some general policies for Google as well. So we actually have something that we say at Google is kind of one of the things that we go by, and that's don't be evil. Right. So, and this is really premised on the fact that we know the difference between right and wrong. We also know that our actions have consequences. And so our goal should really be to minimize those negative consequences by thinking through our actions. So I'll just leave that as it is. Let's just be super cognizant of how we're interacting with each other, of the decisions that we're making, those that pertain to ourselves and those that pertain to the group overall. So let's just be thinking about that as we are marching towards our time together. And once again, and I can't stress this enough, that any student found violating university policy, the policies of the program, or the law will be immediately removed from the program. And then you'll be sent home at your own expense. And we'll contact the proper legal authorities. So can't, mention that enough, but want to be super clear on what those actions, that we would have to take if something were to occur. And so these policies include substance abuse. So again, no drugs, no alcohol, period. Smoking is also not permitted in any part of the Fisk campus or any Google facilities when we go to those as well. Please don't, damage or do anything to the facilities. Please treat them like they're your own, like you were in your own home. No visitors will be allowed in the residence halls. If you have family or if you have friends in the area, that's something that you can do when there is free time. Once again, let's focus on being safe, but folks cannot drop in and come visit in the residence halls. There are quiet hours from 11 p.m. to 7:45 a.m., so let's be respectful there. A couple of different people have asked me about attire. So the attire is casual, so jeans, t-shirts, just a reminder that, we should all be fully clothed, and don't wear anything that's offensive, so offensive slogans or offensive images. Please use your best judgment in what that means. If something is a red flag, I'll be sure to call it out, but I think that we can all align there. And also there'll be other things going on, around campus. So just be mindful of not disturbing other folks or not interfering with other things that are happening, because we won't be the only folks on this campus. In the event of an emergency, so if there is an emergency and we're all together, we will have very specific instructions for you. So please, look out for me, Chris, any of the instructor staff, or Rami and Lee. We will guide you and know what to do in that event. Failure to evacuate during a fire alarm can get you in serious trouble. So please be vigilant and follow, everything that's going on. Fire safety. So please don't bring or burn candles, incense, even extension cords and power strips. I mean, it's 3 weeks, so I don't expect that you all should have too much stuff, but be super mindful of those things as well. No halogen lamps, no Foreman grills, electric griddles, toasters, or any of those cooking devices. And these are the same rules that would be at any dorm. So when you go to your dorms in the fall, it will be the exact same, kind of rules and regulations. So please don't, bring any of that. Food you shouldn't have to worry about. Be super careful with heat, hair products and curling irons and all that stuff, because this is a dormitory. Fisk is also a really old campus, so also keep that in mind too. The dorms are updated and the one we'll be in is great, but Fisk itself is an old campus. And kind of the last thing about weapons and violence. So there are no weapons allowed. Violence will absolutely not be tolerated, and neither will verbal threats and harassment. Also, once we get there, I have mapped out like the hospitals, the clinics. So I have mapped all that out in the case of like personal emergency, should you need something. I feel like I have to say this, but if you are in like dire emergency, there you want to contact actually both the Fisk police first and then 911. Because if you call 911, they're just gonna come to like the general Fisk campus, but the Fisk police will actually be able to mobilize and direct folks as well. So you want to call those two first if you are in dire circumstances. And then, of course, if the situation allows you, definitely contact us as well. But I don't want you to feel like you have to contact me first and then the authorities if you feel like your life is in danger. And once again, we'll talk more about these things too. Also in the welcome packet, I provided the address for Fisk. The Fisk police number, so add that to your phone. It's a 24/7 dispatch. My phone number, which you can also text me on, and Chris's phone number, which you can call and text him on as well. Same with Lee and Rami, who you'll meet when you come to campus. The last page in the welcome packet is also shows a sample, what a sample day looks like. So I'll just walk through that really quickly. So at 7:45, you're going to meet in the dorm lobby. So we'll be in a dorm called Shane. We'll be on the third floor. I see questions about roommates. So you will have one roommate. Actually, the dorms are suite style. So there's one room with two people, another room with two people, and then there's a bathroom connecting that. So 4 people will share a bathroom, which having been in school, that's pretty good. Nashville is hot, so there is air conditioning, which is amazing. The thing that you all will have to share as a foursome is like the temperature of the room in terms of air conditioning. So y'all will have to figure that out as well. And also, I've made sure that we're not connecting like male and female rooms, right? So you will be connected with the same gender. And so you will meet in the dorm lobby and walk to breakfast at 7:45. Breakfast will be from 8 to 8:45 because class starts at 9. So once again, the campus is small, but want to give folks a little bit of time to mobilize and get to class. You'll be in class from 9 to 12, so there'll be technical content there. From 12 to 1 is lunchtime. Each day, for an hour, we'll have a different like leadership or development workshop. Sometimes I'll lead them, sometimes a lot of other Googlers from around the area, and also just different colleagues or other Google folks from around the country will come in and really share with you all. So I think you all really enjoy that. And there'll be tons of, like, we'll talk about different things like college success, what it means to be in a working environment, what does a technical interview look like, what are the next steps? So like to engage with Google. So after you complete this program, like what's next? What should you be looking out for? So there's a ton of different stuff that we'll talk about during that portion. So I'll give you more information there when the time comes. The next chunk of the day is also technical content, so you'll be in class. Every day we'll do something called snippets. So snippets are just like a pulse on the day. It'll be a Google form that you'll fill out, and that will be like your exit ticket. So you won't leave class until you fill out your snippets. Then we'll have dinner. So you'll do that. And then there'll be free time really for the rest of the evening. So I've worked with the RAs to come up with a like an office hour schedule. So we won't have office hours on Fridays, but from Monday through Thursday, one of the RAs will be available for 2 hours for folks to just drop in and talk about anything from what happened in class to anything that they're thinking, college life, like whatever it is that you want to talk about. Also, periodically, Chris and I will just do check-ins, check-ins without the instructors, and just talk about like what's going on, how are we all feeling, kind of like what's up. So that will be available as well. So there'll be plenty of opportunities for you all to share with me. with the TAs, with your instructors. Just kind of let us know how you're feeling and what's going on, because we want to make sure that you're getting the most out of the program that you can. And so then if you pop to, so that's what every weekday will look like. If you pop to the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, so those are like less structured, of course. In the morning, there'll probably be like there's brunch on campus, and I'll give you the hours of all the cafeteria or of the cafeteria when we get there. But there'll be a time that the cafe will be open. So you'll be able to do that. Then we'll usually have a field trip or something to do during the day. So sometimes Friday night, but definitely on Saturday, there'll be something for us all to do and something fun. So think of like bowling or movies or whatever. And I'll let you know exactly what we're doing when that time comes. Ultimately, they're optional, but we would love for you to come, and they're actually going to be fun because I think I'm a fun person. So want you to come and strongly encourage you to come. Sunday, there won't be any field trips. So if folks want to like mobilize and go to church, like if you just want to chill, like whatever it is that you want to do, Sunday will be that day where we won't have any programming necessarily, but we'll be around. You'll have access to the cafe. There'll also be a gym on campus that you will have access to when you arrive. We will actually, and especially for the parents, we will actually have like transportation from the airport to Fisk. So I'll send more information about that, so we're all on the same page very, very soon. Once you come, and you'll be coming in little cohorts depending on when your flight is or when you're driving in, you'll have to sign in at Shane Hall for your key and also for an ID. The ID might or might not have pictures. I need to finalize if they need pictures, but that will just help identify you as being on the campus for the summer. Also, they might or might not ask at the cafeteria for that ID or for that card, so always have that with you. And of course, with your room key, always have that with you so you can get in your room. If it just so happens that you forget that key, they'll be able to like sign you in the front and identify you, and then you'll be able to be let in. There's also a fob that you'll get for the front door of Shane, and once again, you'll go through it when you could get there. And also we'll talk through some of those things. So that is all that I had. I wanted to go over that welcome packet. I wanted you to just meet me, and for my parents, just know that, know who I am, get a little bit of sense of, like what I'm talking about. And I'm looking at the chat screen. So I answered the question about, do we have roommates? Yes, you will have one roommate. But you'll be connected to two other folks by the bathroom. Do you graduate from CSSI? In essence, yes. With that question, there's not like a formal you graduate and get this thing or move on to some next level. We'll talk all about what other engagement points with Google look like, because we have a lot of them, especially on a lot of the campuses that you're going to. So in essence, yes. So great question. I think that speaks a lot to how else you can engage with us after the program, and there are many ways for that. Do we have to bring bedding? So that's a great question. So there will be two pillowcases, a pillow, a fitted sheet and a top sheet, and a towel, a washcloth, and a hand cloth. So those will be provided. Also, I'll be providing toilet paper as well. Because it's the summer, usually so when you go to school in the fall, you'll bring all that stuff. So I'm trying to make sure that I have as much as I can. So if you want, I do not have blankets though. So it'll be super hot, but then it's also air conditioned. So if you want to bring a blanket, please bring your blanket. What about laundry? There are laundry facilities in the dorms. I'll go over the instructions and how to use those when we get there. What size of the beds? The size of the beds are twin XL, which will be standard in most dorms that you'll go to. So here's a question about flying in. We will have shuttles. So once you get to the Nashville airport, we will have a particular shuttle that you'll get on that like we have. So not even an airport shuttle, like we are getting shuttles. And so I'll give you the instructions on how to identify those and everything. Some folk, we've tried to group folks as best as possible. Some might have to wait a little bit. Some might have to hustle a little bit. So just know that, but we are providing that transportation to campus. What about a certificate of completion? You will have a certificate of completion. You do not have to dress up. So there won't be any instances where like we're encouraging you to bring, some type of like business or business casual outfit. Everything is casual. Do we need to bring cleaning supplies for the bathroom? Yes. The bathrooms will be clean, when you get there. But yes, you should bring a couple of cleaning supplies if that's what you need to do. Yes, great question. What do we do during our free time? So there will be a ton to do. So you can it is a dorm, so there are like common spaces. You can hang out there. I have different like snacks available. The gym will be open. What else? Like the RAs and TAs will be around. We'll be around. So also feel free to talk to us. That's what we're there for. But I would say primarily, connecting with one another. But there will be plenty of opportunity for that, and kind of however you want to, use that free time and kind of chill. If you want to listen to music, if you want to, once again, you can leave campus. I'm going to have a really big safety talk. My preview of that is, I've looked at the form. A lot of y'all are not from Nashville, and all I mean by that is, please be cognizant and aware of, the fact that this is a space that you're not familiar with. So just be alert, as my parents still tell me to this day, like stay off your phone when you're walking down the street, be careful about having earphones in. I would recommend taking Uber and Lyft, like specific places. Please don't go on random strolls just because it's Tuesday. Like that's not something that I would do or recommend. So for my city folks, like those who are from big cities, like put that hat on. And for those who aren't, kind of this, like I'm from Chicago, I'm from a city, so kind of these things that I'm mentioning now, like just keep those in the back of your mind. But the campus is safe. The surrounding area is safe. Like I've asked a ton of folks who have gone to Fisk, and they say that folks should be fine. So it's not like it's a campus that's known for violence or anything like that. But just be smart and just understand that, this is not a place that you're intimately familiar with and that So just always be cognizant. Will this video be available later? That's something I have to check on. To be honest, this is my first time doing an event like a YouTube live thing or an event. So I'm going to check with my colleague to make sure that works. Lamp or rugs. There will be lights in the dorm, in the rooms, rugs and like decorative items. Yes, you would have to bring those. Y'all, it's only 3 weeks, so don't, completely OD. I know y'all are anxious if you're having trunk parties and folks are giving you stuff from college to use some of that stuff. But yeah, it's only 3 weeks. So, just know that. Also, a lot of y'all are flying. So just know that all that stuff makes your bag weigh more. Would it be possible to communicate with the roommate and suite mates prior to arrival? I think that is something that I'll be able to do. So that's a really good suggestion. I'll write a note to myself. If you just want to connect with them, that's something I'll be able to coordinate. Can my son walk to Jackson Street Church of Christ? Absolutely. So on Sundays, folks can absolutely, go out and, and specifically for your question, go to church. I'll be looking for a church as well. And that's, faith is really important to me personally. So if folks want to join me wherever I find to go. I'm more than happy to lead the way there, but absolutely, they're able to go. Anything else? Laundry detergent will be there. I also noticed that there's a lot more people on the live stream than when I started. So if anyone has any questions about anything, even if I've said it before, I mean, there is extra time, so I'm more than happy to repeat some things. So don't be shy about questions. Is your contact info in the emails received? Yes. So the welcome packet that I went over has my email address and phone number. So my email address is vscotti, VSCOTTI, at google.com. My phone number is 650-564-4163. You're free to call me or text me. If it's not urgent, I ask that you text me just so I'm much better with text than phone calls. I will always get back to you, but it's easy just to kind of pick up and answer multiple things at once. So if it's not urgent, texting me is fine. I'm pretty fast. Are we allowed to wear shorts? Yes, you are. What type of towels do I need to bring? So everyone will get like a regular towel, a washcloth, and a hand towel. If you want something specific, if you have a ultra plush towel that you need and that you like, you're more than welcome to bring that stuff. Just wanted to make sure that you didn't have to bring everything, but if you want to upgrade to what you love, feel free to do so. Should I bring a mattress topper? You are more than welcome to bring a mattress topper. The bed is a twin XL. So just know that if you want to bring anything for the bed. The roommates were selected randomly. I actually am really proud of myself. Like I found like a randomizer thing online and completely randomized it. So I wanted to make sure that it was truly, non-biased and non-whatever. So yes, they were random. Is there a Google location in Nashville? Good question. There's a Google Fiber office in Nashville. And so you'll hear a lot about what fiber is, what the fiber office in Nashville does. And a lot of folks in that office will be coming in and doing those leadership workshops I was talking about. Excuse me. So you'll get a chance to really meet those folks, and they'll be able to tell you a ton about that office. What are we doing after we arrive on Sunday? Great question. So we will have a welcome dinner that will happen on Sunday. And so that will be like the only planned thing. Once again, because it'll take a little bit of time for folks. Folks have different flights. So you'll get there, you'll get to Nashville, you'll get on your shuttle, you'll arrive at Fisk, you'll get your ID, which you might or might not have to take a picture. I'm still confirming. You'll get your key for your room. You'll be able to go put your stuff down. Folks will just be like kind of in the common space, meeting one another. There'll be some things that I'll have, set out for you all to do. Then we'll have our welcome dinner. So I'll go over the welcome packet again, because I can never go over it too many times. And then we'll do some other things to get to know one another, and then we'll eat. And that will be it for that Sunday. That's planned. A note on food. So I have fully received and reviewed all allergies and all special diets. The cafe folks have let me know that everything, like all allergies and all diets, should be able to be accommodated. I'm just working on making sure that they label the food or the ingredients in the food. And so that everybody's clear. For those who do have allergies, I ask that whether they have those labels or not, please, please, please ask what is in something if you're not clear. If for some reason you don't see, you don't see things that you can eat, please come to me because that certainly is not the intention. So I want to make sure that everybody has food, during the week at the cafe. Just, great question, Dorian, about how would I describe my Google experiences. So my internship was a little bit different. Well, I was a little older, so I didn't engage with Google at the age that you all did. Like my first internship was entering into my junior year, and then entering into my senior year. And so I was in California, in Mountain View, like on the Google campus, and I was like on a team doing a particular project. So it was really cool. I will say that Google, and this will definitely be, well, I hope the experience that you all will have. Google and now me, we try really hard to make sure that we're bridging that gap between being a student and for you all being a student, and then also for some of you all, like the first time being away from home and all of that, to really experience like what Google has to offer. So I think it's a really cool opportunity because Google engineers have literally like left their teams for 3 weeks just to teach you all, about computer science, right? More than teaching, to also like inspire you all, right? Like seeing, technologists that look like you, meeting, folks who are engineers, but also who do other things at Google, who went to, historically Black colleges and universities, right? So when I think about like what to expect, I would say think about like working together like often. That's really important, and being comfortable with that. Having a balance of, and this is big, y'all, like asking questions, which we definitely want you to do. And also kind of like as you learn different things, to also be able to say, this is the question I have. I wonder if there's like something online, like not even to be cliche, but let me Google it and kind of see, what's going on, so that, when I do ask my instructor or my TA the question, I can let them know that I've also done some pre-work as well. And we'll actually talk about that very specific point so many times, because I think that that is really important both in school, but then also when you enter the world of work too. So great question, Dorian. I hope I answered it a little bit, but that's a little bit about like kind of what I think the most important things are. And I guess I would say the last thing is like Google is a lot of fun. So like we are a very unique company. And one of my main goals is to really bring the magic of Google and that experience to you all. So I couldn't be more excited. Around what time is the welcome dinner? TBD, but I'm thinking around 6. I just need to make sure that that aligns with all the flights. Could you please repeat the selection process for roommates? Completely random. I found a randomizer online, put your names in, and what spit out is who your roommate is. So not biased at all. Would I be room with someone from my same college? Great question. No, you won't. I was very intentional about that. How will the student know the shuttle? Will it be a notification? I will provide all information for shuttles before you get there, so you know what to look for. Going home, just so like my parents know as well, I'll be grouping you all and like putting you all in Ubers, like based on when your flight is. And then once you get in that Uber, it'll be up to you. Like the Nashville airport is super small, y'all, for those who haven't been. So I'm leaving it up to you all, because y'all are old enough to do this, to let the Uber driver know like your terminal and all that stuff. So you'll be getting into shuttles once you land in Nashville to get to Fisk. From Fisk back to the airport on July 28th, you will be in an Uber. We will fund that, of course. Will we all be in one classroom? Great question. No, there will be a couple of different classrooms. It will also be random, which classroom you're in. Will you guys learn? We'll be using desktop computers. I see 2 questions about computers. So we'll be using desktop computers, not laptops. Someone asked me about bringing a laptop. You can bring it like as your personal property. I have to say this, but like Google is not liable for those items. Also, please be clear, we're not asking you to bring that. And in the class, you will not need your own personal device. So if that's something you want to bring as a human to use, in your free time, feel free to do that. But please, please know that like you don't have to do that. In terms of viewing this later, I will make sure, like I know it's being recorded, so I should be able to share it out, but I will just, check on what those instructions are. Also, feel free to email me or text me if you have any urgent concerns as well. We have more time, so any other questions? Your projects will be uploaded onto GitHub. If you want to bring a flash drive, just to make sure that you're able to, save the things that you do, please feel free to do that. Someone said this is very informative. I'm glad. My goal was to, once again, put a face to a name, to an email, to a phone number, for my parents to make you all feel at ease. So I hope that this has done that. And please let me know if you have any parent-specific questions. And that if you don't want to share in a larger forum, I'm more than happy to hop on the phone or also to email or text. So please know that as well. Also, the goal of this too is just to take some time to go over, this welcome packet. I feel like, we don't have too many rules, but the rules that we have are very important. And so want to make sure that those resonate. So I should also say, if you have any questions about, the rules and regulations and policies, please, please, please let me know. I'm more than willing, to talk any of them out just to make sure that we're crystal clear. Please repeat what you said about bedding, linen. Got you. So also shout out to Nakara, and I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. She really saved this YouTube live because I had an entirely different time because I was having time zone issues. So just want to say shout out to you for emailing me and kind of saving the day there. So wanted to say that in terms of bedding and linens, you will have a fitted sheet. So the bed is twin XL. You will have a fitted sheet. You will have a top sheet. You will have, I think, 2 pillowcases, but you have 1 pillow. So I wanted to make sure you had a pillow because carrying a pillow is cumbersome. But if you one of them sleepers who needs 4 pillows, once again, be my guest. But that adds to the weight in your bags. For towels, you will have a towel, a hand towel, and then also a face towel. And this is real detailed, but the color will either be white or like a yellow. If I remember correctly, I think I ordered blue sheets. And then once again, the bathrooms will be suite style. So there'll be a room with 2 people, a room with 2 people, and then in the middle, there'll be a bathroom for all of you all to share. There's also, of course, well, maybe not of course, but there are ways to like lock the door, on the other side. So like there can't, from the inside of the bathroom, so there can't be any mishaps with folks walking in or whatever. So be conscious of when you're in the bathroom, in the shower, to make sure you're locking that door. I also have toilet paper. I've never ordered so much toilet paper in my life. So I have toilet paper for you all. And yeah, everything else, like, once again, it is super hot in Nashville, but it's also air conditioned in the room. So you all will have to figure out, what the optimal temperature is. And that will just foreshadow all the other decisions that you have to make with people once you get to college. So that's that. But also, if you want to bring a blanket, like I know in the summer, I use blankets. So if that's something that you need, please bring that because those will not be provided. Oh, thank you. Someone said you're amazing. This has made my day and the experience very approachable. I appreciate that. Thank you. Is this the first CSSI-HBCU? No, it is not. This is our second summer. CSSI, though, has been around in varying forms for about 11 years. Should the student bring shower shoes? This must be apparent because this is something my mother would ask. Yes, if that's something that you need, which I would highly recommend, just from having gone to college and having been in spaces with other folks, yes, we will not be providing shower shoes. So please, please, please bring those with you. I also, no one's asked this yet, but I know that we will have access to the gym. I'm not sure, what type of equipment that they have. I mean, this is a full college campus, so I would imagine treadmills, bikes, basketball court, like those things. So, just know, um, if you're about the workout life, you'll be able to do that. Will there be access to a swimming pool? I was just gonna say I need to check on swimming specifically. So let me check on that. And if I don't get back to you, please remind me about the swimming pool specifically. Is there a shower curtain in the bathroom? Another great question. So my contact at the dorm has let me know that he is going to secure those. So you will have a shower curtain. But great question. Yeah, because they're dorms, all these things are not given. So, please continue to ask me about very specific things. I want to make sure that either we're providing it or you all know to bring all the stuff that you need to feel comfortable. We'll be eating at Fisk or Google. So you will be eating at Fisk. So it will be, Fisk University food. So there will be breakfast, lunch, and dinner during the week. There'll be brunch and dinner on the weekends. Any food, if we go on field trips or anything like that and there's food there, we will provide that. If you were just out and about in Nashville or whatever, like you're responsible for food and anything else that you purchase when you're like in your free time, not with us. We actually have multiple CSSI programs running throughout the summer. And while we're at the program in Nashville, I can kind of talk about, what that looks like and what that looks like in the context of the work that I will do. How far away is the Google location we'll be visiting? I don't know exactly how far away. Let's Google it. It is 10 minutes away. It is a 10-minute drive. And right now, like on Google Maps, it's red. So that means it's traffic and it's only 10 minutes. So it's not long at all. What else will we be doing besides coding? So you'll be, a lot of it is actually learning concepts. The curriculum is really cool. As someone who's not a computer scientist, I feel like if I think it's cool, I think that's dope. And it means I understand. So it will be very project based. And so in project based, and you'll be like building and working with things that like social media and games. And so there'll be a lot of learning about the code. There'll be actual coding. Once again, there'll be leadership workshops, which, especially for my parents out here too, and for, you all as students, like when you enter the world of work, and I don't care what industry that you are in, like there is, and I hesitate to say professionalism because I feel like that paints a particular picture. And I feel like Google is actually really good at kind of breaking that norm. But at the same time, there are some just norms about what it means to be in the world of work that we've all learned making the transition from school to work. So my goal with you all this summer, even though you all are just entering school, I want to really expose you all to those things. So like I said in the workshop, we'll talk about college success, of course, because that's where you're entering. But we'll talk about what a work environment looks like. I'll share some stories about my experience being an intern, some ridiculous, like super like professional or whatever. we'll also be learning about each other. So there'll be opportunities to share and really open up with one another. And then there's field trips, which are social, which are just meant to are meant for you all to get to know one another. Because the thing about computer science too is it makes a world of difference the community that you have. So I think it's super powerful that all of y'all are going to HBCUs, and there's even though all of y'all are not going to the same HBCUs, you're still like members of that community. So also my goal is to, for you all to be tight with one another. How much money should the students bring with them? That is totally up to personal, choice and preference. Just as a person, I caution against like a lot of straight cash. So, if students have like debit cards or things like that, like, I think that's a good option. If it is cash, I would just say use your discretion. Like for my parents, like, your student, right? Like, what they'll be responsible with. The dorms are locked. You need a fob to get in the building. So in terms of safety, it is very safe, but that's totally up to your discretion. Is there a mall or a Walmart near Fisk? I have no idea, but that's where that's where Google could come in. I think it's hilarious that Walmart came up, but that's where Google comes in. So y'all let me know. What was your major in college and what is your job title? So my major in college was actually sociology. And then I minored in urban education and also Africana studies. So for me, everything coalesced around like really understanding people and then also understanding the Black experience, particularly in educational settings. So I come from a family of teachers and educators. Like all my grandparents were educators. Both of my parents were educators. My mom became a school psychologist. My dad worked for the union, the Illinois Education Association. So that's like my context. And so it makes sense that like I'm doing, work like this. My job title at Google is a pre-college student development specialist. A lot of words, but pre-college just meaning that I'm focused on students in the space that you all are in right before school, and student development. Like my whole team runs programs like CSSI, because instead of having that like one touch point with you all, we have multiple touch points and we want to create an experience, not just an event. And so, so I've been working really hard to create this 3-week experience along with my colleague, Morgan, who some of you all might recognize. And yeah, we're really hyped for it to start. Anything else? Any other burning questions? No? Is there a Google in Atlanta? There is a Google in Atlanta, and Google Atlanta is dope. Well, I just love Atlanta. I know a lot of y'all are from Atlanta too, so like I'm sure I'll be in good company, but Atlanta is dope. So we do have a Google office there. It is a lot smaller. So I'm in the Chicago office, and the Chicago office is one of our smaller offices. Atlanta is even smaller than that. But everything from the food to it being in Midtown to everything. So yes, we do have an office there. We're hyped too. I'm glad. I think we're gonna have a really good time. I'm a fool, as you all can probably see. So as long as we follow all the rules, as long as we get done, what we get done, we'll have a really great time, with one another. Will you be able to email your contact information? Sure, I can absolutely email it, but it's also in that welcome packet. So it's there. But again, my email is vscotti, so VSCOTTI, at google.com. What time are we allowed to go to the dorm? I'm not sure what exactly you mean by that. But essentially after class and like after dinner, you're available to be there. And then as soon as you check in on July 8th, like the dorms will be open and ready for you. Is the gym open 24/7? I don't have a definitive answer, but I don't think so. Like I know even my school, like there were hours. What time does dinner end? I'll give you all that information when we get there. Is the gym open on Sunday? I'll also figure that out and let you all know when we get there. I think that's what on Sunday meant. Any other quick ones? Do we have to make the walk to breakfast every morning or can we meet you there? Yes, we will all walk to breakfast together. How many students will be in Nashville? There will be 40 students. Pretty even split. I don't think exactly, but a pretty even split of male and female students as well. Should I dress up for the Sunday dinner like black tie? No, it's it's casual. Um, so you do not have to dress up. I'm laughing at black tie because not only do you have to dress up, but you took it to another level. But you don't need that. Please take care of my son. I got you. Absolutely. Any other quick ones? I see one. Will any info said in our essays be stated during the program? No. Um, you are there, like you can share however much you want to be shared. The information that you provided, and I should have said this earlier, people left, but the information that you provided on the pre-assessment form will be shared only for the purposes, not necessarily shared out to everybody, but will be shared with your instructors with the purpose of understanding, where we are coming into the classroom. Because if everybody knows a particular concept, there might not be a need to start from zero, right? So it'll be shared for that purpose, but your essays were only for us at the beginning. Where are the meals on your own available on Sunday? So the cafe will be open on Sunday for brunch and for dinner. But when I say meals on your own, that means like if you're out in Nashville. So there are definitely places to eat, around campus, but also in the city too. So that's what I mean when I say meals on your own. And then if we're going to a field trip, which won't be on Sundays, but if we are, then there will be food provided. I wouldn't let y'all starve. Okay, y'all. I think oh wait, if we do not make it to breakfast, will we get in trouble? Y'all are trying me about breakfast. So make sure that you are at breakfast so that you can get the food that you need as fuel for the day. So you need to be there and get what you need to get because there won't be food breaks. Can I go and do X, Y, and Z? I know the cafe is still open, but now class has started, so there will be none of that, right? So what you need to do is be in class, by like 8:50 or whatever, so that we can start at 9. But you are not specifically getting in trouble if you're not at breakfast. Although I would love to see your face at 7:45 a.m. every day. And since you asked me that, I'm going to be looking out to make sure that you're at breakfast. So we only have to pay if we go off campus on Sunday. Yes, and that's on Sunday and that's on any day. If you go off campus and want to purchase anything, that's on you. If we go off campus and it's not a field trip on any day. I'm not sure about the question there, but I think maybe if you go off campus and it's not a field trip or anything, that that's on you. Oh, you were answering the question. Okay. Thank you. I'm not surprised, but I knew a lot of the questions were going to be about food. You will be fed. Don't worry. All right. I think we're winding down. So I must stay on for one more minute if there are any more questions, but I'm always accessible. So please use my contact information. Um, yeah, and I will be there the duration of the program from welcome to to the end. So I am your guy. Is there a chance for another ticket for the flight? I don't understand that one exactly, but because that's travel related, please email me. A, so I can make sure I understand exactly what you mean, and B, so I can confirm that you have the travel that you need and or want. So email me on the side about that one, as opposed to trying to clarify in the chat. All right, I think we're good, y'all. Every time I do, y'all ask another question. I'm not mad though. How many people are there? There will be 40 students. So there'll be 40 students. There are 4 instructors. And then it's me, Chris, Rami, and Lee. So what is that? 48 people. So on a daily basis, there will be 48 people there, but there are only 40 students and a pretty even gender split too. So a pretty good group and good numbers too. All right, y'all. I think that we're good. So this was really fun. I really enjoyed myself. Thanks. I think I really enjoyed myself. I think that we're gonna have a really good time. Can't stress enough about the rules and policies. Please just read over that information. I know that we have a good group. I feel the good energy, so I don't think we'll have any issues. If you have any questions about like emergencies or things beyond like our control as a group, please let me know. For my parents who are still on, if you need to call me or text me or email me, please do about some of those logistical things. For those folks who are driving, I should have said this earlier, you'll receive another, I know I've been emailing y'all a lot, but you'll receive another email from me. And then for those parents who are driving their student, you'll get to meet me in person. So I look forward to that. But yeah, it's been fun. So let me know what else you need. I'll see if it's recorded and I can send it out. I'm crossing my fingers. and I hope so. Yeah, but we only have a couple more weeks. So until then, I will see y'all a little later. All right. Bye.